Hello everyone, it's Lindsay, and today I'm back with another entry in my little notebook from Freckled Fawn, and I have these fun little pocket page inserts that they do. And so I had started documenting just some little moments through the pandemic when this started back. I guess my first entry was in April, and I don't know about you, but our summer has looked a little bit different. We have not been taking as many photos as we normally do because we're not going off and doing all the adventures that we normally do. So it's working out to be in a smaller project like this one here and just creating little pockets, very, very simple, very quick and easy. I don't need a ton of photos. And so today that is what I'm going to be doing. I have a couple of photos from the 4th of July. I had set out and intended to take a ton of photos, and that just didn't happen. We were with some friends of ours and we just enjoyed the time. So I only had these two photos. They weren't good quality, so I had to turn them to black and white. And this was right at the end of the evening as we were sitting outside to watch fireworks. And that's all I had. So I'm going to document those two photos. I've gone ahead and cut down some of my papers to 3x4 size. I do have the 6x8 July kit, but like I said, you can cut these down. So this is the 6x8 page, and you can see I cut it down, and I was able to get 5 of those bullet points and still be able to function as kind of how the paper was intended to in its entirety, but it works cut down like this. So I'm just going to bullet point some, standout things from that day. I have, of course, the chipboard stars. I definitely wanted to include those since we're talking about the 4th of July, and just a few other chipboard pieces. I'm trying to stick to just blue, red, and yellow. There were a lot of colors in the July kit, so definitely you can pull out and do some 4th of July themed things, but then just some other general like bright, vibrant summer colors. We have some other summer photos to document. So let me go ahead and put you guys on fast forward, and we will quickly put this together. Okay, like I said, this is going to go pretty quickly. We're not going to do anything crazy layout-wise, design-wise, anything like that. So I'm going to start on the title card, and I pulled out the alphas. There are no numbers, so I decided to just spell out July 4th, and these are such a fun, like whimsical style font that just really works for 4th of July type documenting. I don't know, it was just perfect for that. So I used one of the grid papers for this card, which made it really easy to line up my letters. I did, as you can see here, I'm adding them to the top of the sticker sheet just to kind of get an idea before I stick them down. I'm not making sure everything's perfect. It can be a little wonky in here, and it's okay. There was this little chipboard piece that says having fun in the sun, and it is red as well. So I decided to back it with this blue label. I try to avoid having colors that are the same right next to each other like that, but it worked out okay. I pulled out that blue label to kind of separate it from the title, and of course had to add in some of those wood veneer stars. I had sat there and debated whether I was going to paint them or maybe add some glitter or something like that, but in the end I decided just to leave them natural because I already had a little bit of color going on this layout already. So moving on to this card, I'm going to add a little bit of this blue and white washi. I wasn't quite sure how this was going to work because washi is translucent, and so it kind of picks up the color behind it. So it is a little bit darker blue than the blue in the paper, but it works well with the darkness of the photos. So I was okay with that. I didn't need to do a whole lot of embellishment to that card, but I did want to add a few things. Now moving on to this photo of my husband and I love the photo bombing that my son is doing in the background of the photo. It's kind of cute. So I made sure that I scaled that photo down so that I would have room on the card to do a little bit of embellishment. So I'm just layering up again another label and a chipboard piece, and I will come back and add some more things to that card here in a second. But for this photo of my boys, I'm putting it in the exact same spot. I don't always do that. I don't always do things the same, but since both photos are down at the bottom, I thought it might look a little funny if they were not aligned. So I'm basically making the same card. I'm going to use up the rest of those wood veneer stars. I'm kind of using the pieces to cover up the chip bag and the soda can that were in my kids' hands. It was kind of distracting in the photo, so I'm using those embellishments to kind of hide those, but also add some interest to that card. And here I've pulled out the enamel dots, and I really want to use these to sprinkle in some more color, but just not quite sure what I'm going to do with them yet. So I'm kind of, laying it out, figuring out what colors I want. I didn't really want to introduce another color, but in the end I ended up using these mint colored ones. And I like that they come in 3 different sizes, so I'm able to do these little like 3 different size dot embellishment across here, and it just kind of fills out that label and brings a little bit more color down into here. I'll repeat this up at the top of the number card as well here. But before I do that, I'm going to use a journaling pen just to add a little bit of a shadow to the left hand and bottom side of each one of these letters. Just trying to bring in a little bit more black throughout the card since my photos are black and white. And then I'm adding in my journaling. So just 5 key things I remember from that day, you know, fellowship with our friends, spending lots of time in the pool, amazing food because my bestie is an amazing cook. She's awesome. Fireworks in the street. They always sit outside and watch all the neighbors have all of their fireworks and things like that, which is something I didn't do as a kid. We never did with our kids, and so it's kind of fun to do something different each year. So, and then of course, America the Beautiful. I know that July 4th looked a little bit different for a lot of people this year, but our country has some amazing things about it, and I wanted to, you know, just remember that. So I added those little 3 dots to the top of that number card as well, and that is going to be it. So I can just slide these right in the pocket. This took like 15 minutes to do this. Super easy. If you are somebody that wants to scrapbook but is afraid you don't have time, this is a great way to do it. So if you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave those down below. Check out the description box for links to everything that I used today. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, thank you so much. Bye-bye.